Here we are with Coach Robert Garcia at the Dulorme Crawford weigh-in. Hey, Coach, you were coaching Dulorme, but this time for world title fight, you're not in his corner.
I'm not going to be in his corner. You know, he decided to train in Puerto Rico. My training camp is in Oxnard, and I couldn't go to Puerto Rico. I couldn't leave my fighters that come from Russia, from Argentina, from all over the world. I couldn't leave them by themselves. You know, I had to stay in my gym. So, you know, it was no hard feelings or anything. You know, I'm here actually to support Dulorme. It's a great fighter, very dedicated, and you know, wish him good luck. But yeah, we couldn't work with him for this fight.
And no bad blood, as you said, because he said the same thing. He said he wanted to train in Puerto Rico for this fight. You know, seeing that he's not training with you and you led him to this point, you feel that was a mistake on his part?
Not really. I'm pretty sure he you know, I don't know his team, but you know, I'm sure he got a good team. You know, what I've heard and what I've read is that he created a really good team of good people that are doing their job and doing a great job actually. So I know, and plus I know Dulorme is very dedicated. Dulorme is one that is always in great shape. So I'm sure he's in great shape for this fight.
Hey, the biggest fight of his career, Coach Bomac, Terrence Crawford's coach, feels that it was a mistake not working with you for this fight.
Well, you know, hey, maybe I could have brought something different, but I'm sure his trainers did a great job. His trainers are very experienced. So you know, I'm very, you know, I'm actually, you know, hoping that he does well. You know, he's a great kid. He's got a family, and you know, this is the first title opportunity. So why not wish him good luck?
Hey, many fight fans expect this fight to be a good matchup.
It should be. It should be. You know, Dulorme has tremendous power. So Crawford should not make mistakes. If Crawford makes mistakes, then Dulorme can catch him because Dulorme hits very hard. But Crawford's, you know, he's a real deal. Crawford is HBO fighter, top brand guy. So everything is in his favor, and rightfully so. He should win, but can't make mistakes. Can't take Dulorme lightly because Dulorme has tremendous power. And if Dulorme hits you and hurts you, he's gonna finish you. So you know, Crawford should just fight very smart and do what he always does, and cruise through a good win.
That's that Coach Robert Garcia breakdown. Hey, Coach, Brandon Rios coming off that big win over Alvarado. You know, Kell Brook actually called him out or mentioned his name, and Brandon Rios said he accepted the challenge. What's the word on that?
Now Kell Brook is fighting somebody else. There's, you know, why call somebody?
There you go.
Why call somebody out and then you're not gonna fight him? You know, he's fighting May 30th. Well, Brandon could have fought him in May 30th. Brandon could have been his opponent May 30th. He's fighting somebody else. Now they're saying maybe in the fall. Brandon's not gonna wait for Kell Brook. What if we get to the fall and there's no Kell Brook? Brandon needs to fight. Brandon's gonna fight sometime in June or July.
Hey, I'm glad you touched on that because you know a lot of fight fans said the same thing. You know, why call somebody out? And then he accepted the challenge right away on Twitter. And then you know, the fight didn't happen. And
then fight somebody else. You know, that's why you know, if you have the heart to call somebody out, well, stick to your word and fight. You know, this guy goes and fights somebody else, and now they're saying that the winner's gonna fight Brandon Rios. Brandon's not gonna wait for the winner. Brandon's gonna go out for bigger, better things.
Hey, what's next for Marcos Chino Maidana?
Chino's getting married next week. Actually, he's gonna get married on the 25th, nice. and just relaxing his time off. You know. I don't bother him. He's enjoying his time off, and you know, rightfully so. He had 3 big fights in 9 months. You know, he beat Broner, then he fought Mayweather twice.
Right.
You know, he's enjoying life. You know, rightfully so. I don't blame him, but he needs to get back. You know, hopefully he'll have a fight before the end of the year.
Tu Chino, como le dices? Your Chino, como le dices?
¿Cómo?
Como le dices, tu Chino, mi Chino.
Ese mi Chino, I always say mi Chino, échale ganas. You know, he's a good friend of mine. Not only my fighter, but a great person, very respectful. He does everything he's told. He follows instructions. Very dedicated. You know, gotta respect that too.
You guys respect each other a lot.
That's
I can tell it's that family unity you guys got. Hey, but what do you make of him calling out Danny Garcia, saying, "Hey, you ready for 147? I'll welcome you."
I don't think Danny Garcia is gonna will fight Chino. Honestly, you know, it's not that I'm, you know, I like to talk bad about anybody, but I think Chino knocks out Danny Garcia, especially with Danny Garcia's last couple of performances. I think Chino knocks him out, and I don't think Danny Garcia's people would allow that fight to happen. I really don't think so.
Absolutely, especially after the fight with Lamont. Maybe stick around 140 for a little bit.
Stick around 140. Actually, actually we got fighters that want for that would love to fight Danny Garcia, but it's something that should come soon, and people should know which fighters I'm talking about.
Hey, Coach, you got a lot of prospects coming out of the gym. The Nail, I think it's War Machine, and we got a lot of top talent coming up, man, that are on the verge of making big names in the sport of boxing.
We do, man. We already have, like Jesus Cuellar, who's already a world champion, but people still not giving him that recognition. He's the real deal. He's a beast. He looks like he's gonna fight May 29th. Then, like you said, we have the Mean Machine, Aegis Velasquez. We got the Nail, Alexander Bostic, who was actually supposed to fight in this card, but he got injured. And then we got younger ones, Saul Rodriguez, Neno, another one that's coming up really good. We're doing really good things. I'm actually starting my new manager trainer program, and I got a lot of young fighters that I'm actually talking to. We got a couple right now right here that are very good amateurs, and that we looks like we're gonna be signing to a good promoter soon. And the boxing world will hear who they are and who they're signed with.
That's what I'm talking about. Robert Garcia building a little dynasty himself.
That's right. I'm expanding my gym. I'm opening up a big gym in Riverside also. I bought a big ranch where we're gonna have it's gonna be a real training camp for all my fighters. So I'm gonna have Oxnard and Riverside, and it looks like pretty soon we'll have San Antonio also.
Damn, making big moves.
We're signing a couple guys from San Antonio that are gonna be huge in San Antonio. So it wouldn't hurt to have a gym in San Antonio.
Absolutely, 100%. Hey, Coach, it's always a pleasure talking to you. Before we let you go, you got any final words for the boxing heads out there?
Thanks for the support, and keep their eyes open, because we got some young talent coming up that are gonna make a lot of noise. People already know the Rios, the Mikeys, the Maidanas. We got some young fighters that they're gonna hear pretty soon. They're the real deal.
Already, Coach. Appreciate the time.
Thank you very much.